The early game in Hypixel Skyblock is the most important time in all of Hypixel Skyblock, and this is because every single thing is important to you. Your skills are important, your collections are important, your slayers are important, and so are your dungeon skills. All of this is zeroed out when you first start the game, and because of this, every single one of these things is extremely crucial for you to level up for your future in the game. This is the most important time in the game for getting money as well, because you need the money to fund the skills, slayers, dungeons, and everything else you're going to be doing later on in the game. There's a lot of tried and true methods for early game money, and for those of you out there looking to make a lot of money in the early game and also boost some of your skills and collections as well, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 really good early game money making methods in this video. Alright, before we do get started on this video today, guys, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps out the channel a lot, and the growth has been absolutely insane lately. Thank you guys for all of the recent support. I appreciate it more than you can believe. Last thing I want to note today is we've released an official Discord server for this YouTube channel just about 3 weeks ago, and we hit 100 members just the other day. Thank you to everybody who originally joined the Discord server. It's been great and a lot of fun, and we've been hosting a couple giveaways. For example, we've got a 5 million coin giveaway going on in the server right now. If you'd like to join the server, the link's going to be in the description. I'd appreciate it a lot. But if you're just here for the money making methods, let's get on with the actual video. For this first money-making method, we're going to be talking about the Season of Jerry event. This is for all of you who have literally just started the game, and honestly, even those who are still pretty early game. This makes a ridiculous amount of money, and there's no money requirement for joining the Season of Jerry event. The one thing I highly recommend to make the most profits possible is to have the Bazaar unlocked, which takes a couple levels of farming and foraging. Having the Bazaar unlocked is going to mean you can make the most money out of this method, but the way to make money with the Season of Jerry event is going to be participating in the event. Unfortunately, the Season of Jerry event has actually just ended, so I'm going to be putting some screenshots up on the screen right now of what it entails. Essentially, every 5 real days, the Season of Jerry event starts, and you have the opportunity to go to the Jerry Island. On this island, you can do a plethora of things, like ice fishing and getting a new talisman, but the main event is going to be fighting off the magma cubes and saving the Jerrys. If you participate in this event, and you can for free by picking up the Frosty the Snow Cannon at one of the NPCs at the beginning, and also by getting yourself a gift compass, which gives you 20 free gifts in the Jerry Island before the event even starts, you can make a lot of early game money with the Season of Jerry event. Like I said, this is really good because it doesn't take your stats into account with this event, and it also doesn't cost any money to get started on this. To do the actual event, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either get the Frosty the Snow Cannon, in which you will be shooting magma cubes. If you can stop them from breaking all the presents, you'll be rewarded with presents at the end. These presents are very good, and they sell to the bazaar for a lot of money, specifically the red gifts. To get the max gifts possible, all you have to do is do 100 damage to all these magma cubes per wave. You can do this by either using the Frosty the Snow Cannon, like I said, or you can actually hop on one of the snow cannons that you can mount on the Jerry Island. There's a high competition for these cannons, but if you do grab one of these before the event actually starts, you will easily get the max amount of presents at the end. There's some ways to actually boost your money making on this method, and that is buying the snowsuit armor. Not only is this armor actually fairly decent for if you're really early on into the game, but with this full set, if you buy it on the AH, it'll give you a 20% more gifts by the end of the event. If you get 100 damage per wave on all of these magma cubes, you'll be pulling around 1 million to 1.2 million coins worth of presents that you can sell to the NPC. Early game, this is extremely valuable. With 1 million coins, you can buy yourself a fantastic sword like the Aspect of the End, and you can even start saving up for great dragon armors like Young and Strong. For early game players who have literally just started the game, you have to take advantage of this event. It's so good for early game players. It has little to no requirements, and if you'd like to learn more about this event, you can look up a guide on it, or I will most likely shortly be making a guide on this event too, and which the link will be in the description if you're watching this at a later time. The next money-making method we're going to be talking about is a sugarcane farm. This is for those of you, again, that are very early on into the game. Sugarcane actually makes a lot of money per hour if you're just starting off on the game. Per hour, if you have a somewhat decent hoe, it doesn't need to be a special sugarcane hoe or anything like that, you'll easily be making more than 1 million coins an hour while farming sugarcane. On top of this, as of right now, since people want to buy the new power scrolls that are going to come out in Dwarven Mines V2, while farming sugarcane, you can actually craft all of the sugarcane into enchanted paper to get even more profit when farming sugarcane. The biggest con for farming sugarcane is that you're going to have to build all these farms yourself. In the early game, you only really need one of these massive farms to make a pretty decent amount of money, or if you want to make this a consistent money making method, you're gonna need 2.5 farms to infinitely farm sugarcane. The best part about this money making method is not only that it makes a lot of money, but it gets a lot of farming XP. In early game, this is really massive. Skill XP grinding this early on to the game is huge. You can make a lot of farming XP as well as a lot of money just by building this farm. In fact, I've actually made a video on my channel very recently about how to build a really good sugarcane farm if you're considering this money making method. If you're really early on to the game and 1 million coins is a lot of money to you, for example, I highly recommend taking a day or two to build this entire farm by hand. Like I said, not only will it give you a lot of farming XP, it'll give you a lot of money, and trust me, you'll thank yourself later when you're in my situation later on in the game and you need farming XP. The last money making method we are going to talk about, and I know there's a lot of you out there that may not want to hear this, is going to be grinding summoning eyes. For those of you who don't know, if you kill zealots down here in the dragon's nest in the end, you need about combat 12, if I'm not mistaken, to be down here. These zealots have a 1 in 420 chance of spawning in a special zealot. This special zealot has a 100% chance to drop a summoning eye, which is what I'm holding right now. These summoning eyes go for about 600,000 coins right now, which is ridiculously high. There is no good reason why summoning eyes should be worth this much. On top of this, there is literally not a better time to grind summoning eyes, and this is because the Enderman Slayer has just come out, and with this Enderman Slayer, you're also sharing lobbies with a bunch of people that are doing Enderman Slayers. This means whenever you're grinding summoning eyes, there's going to be even less competition because there's more people doing Enderman Slayer. There's less competition, and summoning eyes are worth way more money. There is not really a better time to grind eyes in the game than right now, and it's absolutely ridiculous how much money it makes. Like I said, one of these eyes goes for about 650k, and you get them 1 in every 420 zealots. I actually have a guide on my channel for farming summoning eyes. I'll put it in the link in the description as well if you do want to check that out. I think it's a fairly good guide. The only thing outdated about it is the reforges in that video. Honestly, the biggest issue with farming zealots is only a couple of things, and that's just you're gonna need to be a little bit more of the later early game kind of player, because you're gonna need armor like end armor or young armor or strong armor to be able to 1 to 2 to 3 tap zealots. If you're not 1 to 2 to 3 tapping zealots and it takes you about 4 to 5 hits to kill them, you're likely going to be wasting your time, and you could be using your time better elsewhere. But the rates for grinding zealots are really good and extremely consistent for the most part. I highly recommend you use the other 2 money making methods I talked about in this video to end up funding your journey on grinding zealots. And since you're going to need to be later early game, you're also going to need to have enough skill levels to unlock the bazaar, and you're also going to need to have combat 12 to be able to come down to the end in the first place. Grinding zealots can be tough, and you're going to need a lot of money and a lot of talismans to be able to 1 to 2 to 3 tap them. There's even mid-game players in this game that grind zealots. It gives you a ridiculous amount of money right now, and the competition for it is so low. Consider getting into grinding zealots. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best money-making methods in the game. It gives you a lot of combat XP, and it also completely maxes out your Ender Pearl collection as well. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped inspire some people on making money early on to the game and showed you some really easy money making methods for all of you who are still early on into the game. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking for more videos like this. Subscribing is always free, and you can always unsubscribe if I start making trash videos. Join the Discord. There's a 5 million coin giveaway going on right now. Links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.